Hi, everybody. Welcome back to episode 22 of the Sweatpants Sessions. I am your host, Tom Hampton, coming to you, as always, from the Overdub Nook here in lovely, scenic, downtown East Nashville, Tennessee, the payday loan capital of the world. So for the next couple of episodes, the next handful of episodes, the next few episodes, the foreseeable future, we are going to be doing a little bit of Idlewheel content. This is the inaugural Idlewheel t-shirt, vintage collector's item. Who is Idlewheel, you might be asking? Well, I'm glad you asked. Whether you asked or not, I'm glad you asked. In about 2007, I was playing a songwriters round at a theater called Chaplin's outside of Philadelphia. There was a guy on the round that night. His name was Craig Bickhart. And it was the first time I'd ever met him. It was also the first time I ever met the guy who was playing percussion with him, who would go on to become my hetero life mate, a guy named Tommy Geddes. I had never played with Craig before, and I was there at the round in a sideman capacity, playing dobro and mandolin and a couple of other random things. And we kind of hit it off, and I started playing behind Craig on a couple of other shows here and there. And as it turns out, Craig he was born and raised right outside of Philadelphia, and came to Nashville in around 1980, 83, something like that. Settled in here, got married, raised a family, had twins, and also had a very successful career as a songwriter. He had songs covered by Kathy Mattea, Trisha Yearwood, Martina McBride, Kenny Rogers. There's a huge list. I know that millennials are fond of saying Google him. Well, Google him. He's got a ridiculous resume, and he's every bit as talented as a singer-songwriter, writing and performing his own songs for and by himself. As he ever did as a staff writer or as a songwriter for other artists. And it's been one of my great pleasures to play behind Craig and to collaborate with Craig and to play on his records and to support him live over the years. It turns out that, as we started playing together after that show in 2007, that Craig had a partnership with a writer who is from Nashville, with a guy named Jack Sundrud, who was and continues to be the bass player in Poco. But Jack and Craig were born on the same day. They have a friendship that goes back decades, and they had done a record as Idlewheel before Craig had even moved back to Pennsylvania at that point in time. And over time, Idlewheel was originally just Craig and Jack, and then over time, Tommy, the percussionist and drummer, and myself became the third and fourth members of Idlewheel, and we've been doing shows as Idlewheel for over 10 years now. So this coming weekend, Tommy and Craig and Jack and I, along with Lex Browning from Poco, were supposed to be hunkering down in a studio in Philadelphia to record the next Idlewheel record. Obviously, with things being what they are, that's not happening anymore. So since I can't be there with my brothers, I'm going to do a few songs from the Idlewheel catalog, canon, discography, if you will. And I'm going to start with this one. This is one of Craig's songs. The first time that I played this song with Craig, it was just he and I at a show. And then the next time after that I played it with him was at a show that we did with Poco in Valley Forge. It was the first show that my son Danny had ever gone to. He was a grand total of 9 days old at this point in time. And Craig dedicated this song that he had originally written for his son Jake to Danny at that show. And actually there are handwritten lyrics that Craig wrote to Danny and myself hanging upstairs in the house. It's a pretty important song to all of us, and I'm going to do this for this particular episode. This is called Giant Steps. little boy, clinging to your father's hand. Your legs are working hard, keeping up with your old man. And it gives you a feeling you can't explain. To you this big world's just a game, taking giant steps, giant steps, leaping about, barely touching the ground. Time to stretch those wings, try new things, learn to reach for your best, taking giant steps. I'm too old for games, so I used to think. But part of me is a child, and I found that missing link. As the days rush by us, we grow as one. The two of us, like father, like son, taking giant steps, giant steps, leaping about, barely touching the ground. Time to stretch those wings, try new things, learn to reach for your best, taking giant steps. Soon the day will come when you run ahead of me, so certain of yourself and what you want to be. But whenever you stumble, lose your stride, may you never lose the boy down inside, taking giant steps, giant steps, leaping about, barely touching the ground. Time to stretch those wings, try new things, learn to reach for your best, taking giant steps, giant steps, leaping about, barely touching the ground. Time to stretch those wings, try new things, learn to reach for your best, taking giant steps. The great Craig Bighart, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again for tuning in. There will be a couple more Idlewheel related episodes to come. I know that some of you were planning on coming to be with us in the studio as we were going to work on this record, and it's a great disappointment of mine that we're not doing that this weekend. So I'm going to play some stuff to celebrate my bandmates and my brothers, and we'll see you tomorrow. Whenever you choose to click on the next episode. You guys take care of yourselves, and we're going to do this. I feel strongly we're going to do this. So we'll see you on the other side.